Hey, good morning from the dojo. Today was fun. So I wake up this morning and early. It's like 4:30. Going to take a morning constitutional dumparoo and bring my phone in with me. What a joy! And pop on Facebook because that's what we all do. And especially down here, Facebook is huge. It's like a third world country. That's where everybody is. And what do I run into first thing but a massive continuation of good old American cold civil war of people shitting on Tallarico, and this is Texas, and shitting on Paxton, or vice versa, and calling each other names and this and that. And I'm reading. So Tallarico is Talafrico. He is the best was Heretic Nerd King. I don't. That sounds more like Bill Gates, but anyway, I don't know if that's an insult, but that's what I'm reading. And then Paxton, everything's pedo, pedo, pedo. But Paxton's not a pedo. He just defended a pedo friend. And Tallarico is not any heretic nerd king that I know of. I mean, he's kind of a nerd, yes, and he's definitely no king. And I don't know that he's a heretic. I don't even know what heretics are anymore. We're a secular country. I know people don't like to accept that, but we have a freedom of religion, so you can be all the heretic you want. There is no heretic. Heretic is just something scaredy cats call other people who they're afraid of. Oh, yes, to you I'm a heretic, but to a heretic, I'm nothing. So you guys are lost, and that brings us to this whole thing. The entire, not one of the posts has any substance. There's nothing about what they stand for. There's nothing about this. They just say Tallarico's like Mamdani, and Paxton is just, he's for Trump. And the whole thing is so ridiculous because there's nothing about what either of them actually stand for. And every state is actually a purple state. We're like, here's a red state, they're a blue state. But our system is so broken that everything's settled by the electoral college, and the votes are 51 to 49%. So that's purple. That doesn't make you blue or red. There's no landslides. Nobody's winning by massive momentum. It's this carved up, divided up country. The system is fully broken. People don't want to accept that when systems are fully broken. I can't defend the little esoteric things you pick and choose to look at when the bigger picture is that the system is broken. I can give other examples like the death penalty. And some people are like, we're for the death penalty. I'm against the death penalty. The problem has nothing to do with our philosophical feelings of the death penalty. The problem is that we don't trust the outcomes of our justice system. So when somebody is found guilty and we say, yeah, that's heinous and they should be put to death, they sit in 20 years of appeals and taxpayer money and legal aid to go 20 years in prison and not be executed either ever or finally after like 20 something years when appeals have been exhausted and everyone's spent enough money on lawyers, and finally, you may be able to get a location of a body out of this guy for a family somewhere, and we're spending millions of taxpayers' dollars on that. And I get it. It feels good. Like, we want justice and we want to have these victim impact statements, but we spend so much money for no outcomes. And that's the problem. That's broken system, not because of the money, but because we want outcomes, successful outcomes, positive outcomes, good outcomes. And because we're so tied up in the money end of it and the baloney end of it and the two-party bullshit end of it, that we don't get any outcomes, particularly not successful outcomes. And now all of the money is in the division. There's no money in unity. There's no power in unity. The news organizations, CNN and Fox, are not going to join forces and say, we're a better news organization because we'll bring the left and the right together and that will be a great company. No, they all have divided into tribal camps because that's where the money is. And Facebook, we talked about this in 2015, but Facebook creates tribalism. You don't notice it as much up in the blue states or up in New York because there's more options. You're on other things. Facebook's more of an old person thing. Young people aren't on there that much. Down here in smaller states, smaller cities, or more remote areas and other places, Facebook is it. Because when you get your phone, that's installed. Or usually that's the one place where there's still groups, where there's still, there was Craigslist, Facebook crushed it. There's classified ads, Facebook crushed those. There were social other things, Facebook crushed those. AOL groups, Facebook crushed those. Everything related to social connection media was been crushed and taken over by Facebook. So you may not notice it so much where you are, even though you're on it every day. But down where I am, you notice it because everybody is on it. And so it really matters. And what happened in Myanmar when everybody was on it, within 6 months, there was civil war because it's just tribalism. And when I say we're in a cold civil war, it's because I've never in my lifetime, well, I kind of have, but I've never seen such open hostility between Americans. Just everyone is so joyful to hate everybody else or to pick this strange, sheepish belief system of a team on the red or the blue and say, red no matter what, blue no matter who. This could not be more sheepish behavior than that. That if I just said to you, if I said to you, you're gonna like the Knicks, period. Do you feel free? Do you feel like you're making a decision? Then you say, yeah, you're right. I better like the Knicks because San Antonio will, beat up my kids and rape my dog and steal my goat. You know what this is the nonsense we're living in. You and your neighbor, he likes Trump, you like Biden, you're the same people. You're being conned and duped by millions and billions and even trillions now of dollars designed to do just that. And if you don't accept that you're being duped and take back your own will and your own decision-making process and your own thought process and your own process of deciding who's right, who's wrong, what's better for me, what's not better for me, what is better for my people, which is all of us. Are you an American? Then your people is all of you. Mamdani is your people. Paxton is your people. Tallarico is your people. Trump is your people. Trump's been with me since I was born. I don't choose him to be a leader, but he's been in the newspaper since I was 9. Would I ever assume that guy could be a president of America? No. But now he seems to be legitimized. He seems to have done the job for 6.5 years. It seems to me he's destroyed 2 established parties that I hated beautifully. Well, not beautifully, horribly, but they're hard to break. So it's not him. It's not them. It's not they. It's us. Individually, that's what we the people are. Individually, we make a decision of who's better for us. Who's the person we trust more? Who's the one we like more? Not this party represents this maybe, or this party used to represent this when my grandmother was fighting Nixon. They're not that anymore. None of them are that. They're both rich. They both represent the rich. They're both for division. They're both gain power by hurting the other side. And there's nothing that can be worked out between the two of them at this point. The two parties cannot solve anything because there's no money in solving problems. The money is in the problem. That's why the two-party system is so shot. The money is in the power and the problem, not in the solutions. So stop pumping money into non-solutions. Ted Cruz is a non-solution. Tallarico is a solution. Paxton is a sort of solution because at least you know what direction these two guys will go in. Whereas a Ted Cruz is just a piece of shit. You just can't trust that guy at all because he'll say anything, he'll do anything in the opportunistic moment to get ahead in whatever he believes is getting ahead at the time, which has nothing to do with the positives or negatives of your life, only his. Do you understand that? He's not representing you, he's representing him. And him doesn't always represent you just because he dislikes a guy you like, or he likes one thing you like. It is a bigger picture to your life, to your health, to all of our existence. And this is a United fucking States. So remember that. Go look up what united means. Go Google it. Do whatever you have to do. Ask ChatGPT. But united means that we are mostly together. And we are, because philosophically we're about 70% or more on the same page about everything. Whether it's abortion, whether it's death penalty, whether it's hate crimes, whether it's anything. We're mostly on the same page. The rest is all esoteric, money-driven, media-fed, social media-dictated bullshit to keep us at each other's throats. And it starts from the two parties because the system is broken. So you can spout about this and they're better and he should be this and red no matter what and blue no matter what. But when the system is broken, it doesn't matter. You can find everybody guilty of the death penalty and say that guy needs to be put to death. But if you wait 25 years and millions of dollars of appeals, well, then you're not trusting the decision. So that the system that designed this outcome is broken. So the outcome is not trusted. It's not of value. This is basically like science. If you make it, you have a control experiment and you're trying to do something. If the control is not right, the experiment's wiped out. It's thrown away. So if none of these systems are working, how can you be so rigidly a sheep in the systems? And that's why I have a problem with the court system. And that's why we have a problem with police. That's why we have a problem with every institution now. Because the institutions we created them to work for us. And they don't work for us anymore. They punish us. They big brother us. They make money off of us to perpetuate this Ponzi of government jobs and of, silly little localized government money grubbing stupidity that doesn't serve people. It doesn't fix the bridge. It doesn't fix the road. It doesn't make the schools better. It doesn't do anything. It's just bullshit. It's a civil war we're in, and it costs a lot. And it's cost brother versus brother spiritually, if not physically. We may not be killing each other, but we're spiritually destroying each other. And we're killing the fabric of the country, which is a United States. And I understand because maybe this is a Gemini problem. But I am an original type of Democrat. In other words, I am truly socially liberal and fiscally conservative. And I'm a fucking common sense, smart pragmatist. So I don't give a shit about what the party apparatchik says on either side, because they've always been lying, greedy morons my whole life, and they still are. And you know what? Most of them are the same fucking people still in power my whole life. And I'm 61 people. 61 years of 80-year-olds that are in there. They were 20 years older than me then. They're 20 years older than me now. But they haven't left. And they haven't learned. And they've created a system that serves them, but is broken to us. And it's we the people, which means Tallarico and Paxton and all their followers should hug because we're all Americans. But instead, somebody has us believing that we're all different somehow. That somehow they are your enemy and he's your enemy and it's all politics, folks. The reason the socialists are doing well in New York now is because the last Democrat was a lying ass Republican named Eric Adams. So the backlash of a lying ass Republican Democrat is a more leftist Democrat. Just like the antidote to a Bush who wasn't right-wing enough for some is a Trump. You get it? How the pendulum swings, momentum shifts, but it goes where the money goes. And so the money is in division. And that's where we are. And everybody's on Facebook relishing the division. I woke up this morning and just read 500 posts. Tallarico, Frico, Paxton the pedo, Tallarico the heretic, Paxton the this, Tallarico the liberal, libtard, and Tallarico, just stupid. Just like when I was saying in the last one, when I was up in Endicott, New York, and all the commercials were evil commercials about the Mexican border. And I'm like, you're in Endicott, New York. You're 4 hours from the Canada border. You've never fucking seen it or been anywhere near it. But you're overly concerned about the Mexican border because some Haitians and Chinese immigrants are stuck. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't know anything. You've never seen anything except what a couple of news organizations show you. And you know they're full of shit. We've already determined that. Fox and CNN don't shake hands. Like, how could they both look at the same turd and see completely different colors, see completely different things? Oh, I don't think it's cylindrical or brown. I think it's purple with yellow polka dots and it's clearly a square. And the other one's, no, it's a triangle and it's blue. Like, are you fucking retarded? It's a turd. We all know. We all see it. But they have us believing it. And then people will go on Facebook and argue, oh, I think the turd was blue. I think it was yellow. And I wake up in the morning and I go, are you all fucking utterly retarded? The turd. It's a shit. It's brown. It's a turd. Just like the one you took. Just like the one I took this morning. Like, what are you doing? What are we doing? Don't let them tell you that the turd is a different color. You know. Use your eyes. Use your brains. If you're colorblind, you can assume it's brown. Okay? I'll give you that. This is what I mean, folks. It's broken. Accept that it's broken so we can fix it. Accept that the teams need a rebuild. The Democrats particularly need a rebuild, and the Republicans, they don't need a rebuild because they got some cheating, lying-ass, crazy quarterback who's out there fucking throwing bombs. Knock them out. Knock yourself out. That's the game. It's up to the blue team to give us something of substance that tells us what's going to happen next. And this battle between Liz Warren and this guy and that guy and Mamdani and the establishments and Schumer and them, it's off-putting, it's sickening because none of them are effectual. None of them get anything done. So I don't care. I just want somebody to get something done right. And we don't want it. We don't want it. Why? Because the money is in the division, not in the solutions. Solutions means people were bored. We're done. That guy, he's doing a great job. Who gives a shit? What? He just raped someone? Ow! Oh! Who'd he rape? Yay! This is what I mean, people. Get over this sensational bullshit if you want to get a bridge fixed in your life. You know, if you don't want your plane to blow up, let's get our shit together. It's really not hard to be a United States. It seems like we destroyed the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics and turned it into Russia. They seem more unified than we are. Because it's money, 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 money. Money. We'll see you. Have a great day. Peace out. No one told you they love you today. I do. Back on politics. Why not? It's our nation's sport, and, basketball's over. So peace out.